What sounds very relatable is the Ouija board that they were using. Classic layout, nothing peculiar there. Let's put that back, take a look at the note. Hello, Oscar to come back, perhaps? And we've got the first part of her locker combination. So it's going to take a look in the back pack, and it's got 0, 50 and then 1. To open, turn right 3 times, stop at the first number, turn left 1 number, no, 1 full turn, passing the first number to stop at the second number, turn right and stop at third number, pull shackle. So hang on, so we've got to go right 3 times, stopping at the first number, 0, then left 1 full turn, passing 0 to stop at 50, and then right to 1. Let's see if I can remember that. So, there's me expecting to have to spin it round, but okay. That works too, I guess. So this pretty much confirms that she was having feelings for the same gender. And cigarette packet as well. Anything else? Also, these clothes have got tags on. She has a photo of Lonnie.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Oh, it's not that way then. Basement. Must be somewhere else. We went in there, didn't we? Yep. Let's have a look at the map. Oh, it's the basement. It's around there. I love how this story's unfolding. It's really interesting. There was nothing wrong added to the backpack. Was that just what we heard? Yeah, that's right. Seems to take a while for it to add there, for some reason. Down into the basement. I'm not looking forward to this either. I'm gonna turn this light on. You know it's gonna turn off in a moment. Some potato chips that have been saved. I'll just pause there if you want to read the nutritional value. A lot of detail's gone into this. A note underneath the finger binder. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flavourful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. A fancy man, quite. Dear Mr. Soto, allow me to take the opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate. Following the aforementioned meal with my parents, your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who was a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again sometime next year, shall we? Indeed. Madame Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. It's all very interesting. It's a bit dark and creepy though. Oh, that's the furnace you mentioned. What have we got over here? This is the same worksheet. Or a very similar worksheet that Samantha did. Looks like Katie did as well. And a plaque with her name on it. This is Caitlin's stuff that's been put in the basement until presumably she comes back to claim the guest bedroom. In fact, isn't that interesting? They called it the guest bedroom. Samantha's got a bedroom, but Katie hasn't. There's all of these things marked for Katie, but it's kept in the basement. I wonder if she's ever going to come and stay back home. Interesting. It's a bit scary. Emergency shutdown. Locate guest meet outside the house. Turn valve to off position if damaged. Call up for service. I read that out loud because I thought I might need it. Pays to be prepared. Richard Greenbrier, PhD. Is that his head cut out? Professor Laureate of English, University of Oregon, 1956. Richard Greenbrier. That must have been, like, her grandfather then, I guess? Oh yeah, Granddad's books. Joyce, A Complete Understanding. Writing obviously runs in the family. From Reed College to Samantha Greenbrier. Congratulations, I am pleased to inform you of your admission to the creative writing track. So she did take that teacher's advice. We believe you have much to communicate to the Reed College community based on your portfolio and academic record. I am also pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer program's tuition fees. Very interesting.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Wow, that's got to be tough. So, Lonnie's leaving for the army. Maybe Sam has run after her. Maybe she signed herself up. Lonnie and Sam. Customized well with 10 letters, names, dates. So she was looking at buying some kind of pendant for the two of them. Them each to keep half of. One of Dad's books with something stuck to it. Dear Terence, thank you for sending along a copy of your newly published book. Is this the first one? I think it is. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognised my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalisation of that which he holds dear and that which he fears, and in respect I believe your work was successful. For the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional deus ex machina. The great authors speak of their life's milieu in clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that refracts their thoughts through distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily, but I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement, Richard Greenbrier. Wow, so his own dad's kind of called him out on his work and said, yeah, it's good, but, you know, he's a professor of English and everything else. He's kind of saying, come on, you could do better than that. That's got to be heartbreaking, in a way. Oh, this is her citizenship. records. Where does it say she's from? Oh, so she's married and she was formerly Canadian nationality. So she's mum was Canadian. What have we got here? Mason's Pharmacy, a ledger. So that's from the uncle. What have we got in there? Let's put the lid back on if we don't know what it is. Look like a very tiny hat box, but it seems to contain powder of some sort. Postcard. Hey Sam, I'm writing to you from Multnomah Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March. I don't know if anyone running the school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh shit, here you come. Hell. Lonnie had a sense of humor.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
This is from Yolanda, this is from Lonnie. To Miss Samantha Greenbrier, USA. So she's writing from Mexico. So fly, Moscow, hubcap. She's kind of giving them the Spanish lessons of a... Dear Sam, I'm so happy you liked the drawing. I was thinking of you when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. You'd love Mexico, I think. Probably. The nature here is totally different than back home. I keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a mysterious island when even the plants are out to get them. And then I think of them together out there in the wilderness together, and I start thinking of you again. I lie here in bed and I can almost feel you. I've been trying to save it up for when we're together again. I haven't done a good job, okay, but I tried. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got me to the day before we start driving back north. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time in the dark room. That's the dark room upstairs. So this is what used to be the servants' quarters, apparently. Girl Scout, the band formerly known as Cub Scout set list. So they formed a band. They had songs like First Mate. Interesting.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, "I can sing." And they were all kind of like, "You can?" And she was like, "Probably." But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now, and I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
So we haven't got access to the kitchen, dining room, greenhouse area yet, but we have gone downstairs to the basement. Music room, living room, study, library, porch, washroom, closet. It's interesting. We've got a safe here. Requires a combination. Oh, that light doesn't work. Scrap of paper. See what it says. Order this month. 2 cases of brandy, 2 cases of rum, 1 barrel of whiskey. Governor remains very pleased with enforcement in Boone County. Believe this arrangement shall hold for some time. This is 1923. Was that during can't think what it's called now. When they made the sale of alcohol illegal. I've already read that. Prohibition. Got there in the end.